An absolute air of disbelief down here in the Collingwood rooms. The Magpies involved in their second drawn grand final, the last one way back in 1977. Collingwood, of course, had a 24-point lead at half-time, so it's fair to say it does feel a bit like a loss down here. But the Magpies players, they're saying they're going to bounce back, they're going to give it their all next week, as is their president, Eddie McGuire, who's gone into organisation mode because we'll be back here in a week's time at the G for grand final number 2.
As I said, I'm quite fatalistic about these things. It's another adventure. No one ever says that it's boring at Collingwood, that's for sure. So, it's funny, I was 12 years of age in the Southern Stand standing room in 1977, and here we go again. Hey, we've qualified for the grand final. We should be celebrating that. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting week. It's going to test everybody. It's going to test the infrastructure. I really hope that the AFL do what Wimbledon did a few years ago and make this the People's Grand Final. Give our members, both St Kilda and Collingwood, first crack, and then other supporters. Forget about the other teams. They can they can get their piece of the pie, but let's get all the supporters in and turn it into one of the greatest grand finals ever. Obviously, the players need to be paid, and we need to speak to the AFL about things like the Copeland Trophy have been cancelled, the live sites, etc. But look, hey, we'll get into all that during the week. But in the meantime, hey, let's just celebrate. The grand final's on next week, the biggest game in footy, and we're in it.
Should we have extra time?
No, well, it's not. They're the rules. We knew when the siren went that was that. Look, they're out on their feet. It would have been tragic, wouldn't it, at the end of it there to make them go through it again just for the sake of it. So what it does is it gives other players who might have missed out an opportunity. It is the rules. That's what it is. So let's go for it. I'm not massive on the soccer penalty shots and things like that to decide a World Cup. Having said that, having lived through Collingwood beating West Coast in extra time, it seemed to work pretty well. But I suppose we're the only competition in the world that has actually 3 ways of ending a result. We have a draw where you get 2 points, an extra time in finals, and then an extra week in other situations.
Just take us through the 5 minutes from sort of after the siren, what your emotions were like.
I went straight into organisation. I just walked down. Usual couple of idiots saying things, but survived that. And then just walked out. No, seriously, I was just thinking, I remember reading about what happened in 77 and remember some of the mistakes that people said they made at that stage. So filed that into my head, let Mick talk to the players, had a chat to Andrew Demetriou, spoke to Mick, spoke to Walshy, spoke to David Emerson, our marketing director, spoke to Gary Pert, spoke to David Butterfin, our fitness advisor, and then used that time for us all to shake it round in our heads, and we reconvened and away we went.
Is this where the altitude training comes in? Is that the plan, drawing grand finals?
Well, we hope so. Well, certainly the plan is to be going hard at this time of the year. So, look, both teams were magnificent today. Both teams are absolutely sensational.
Firstly, it's the disappointment of not having a feeling, I suppose, but you look at it the other way, we've just re-qualified for another grand final, so we've got to go back now, get everything right and load up and go again.
Would you have rather have played on?
Look, probably right now you'd be saying yes, you'd like a result, but to play in another grand final is a great opportunity. Yeah, well, at the moment, my head's a bit everywhere, but we're professional athletes and it's our job, mate. So we'll go sort it out and get ready.
Come together right at the end, and you're out on the ground for a while. What was the discussion in there, Dale?
The discussion was actually which rooms to go to because I think the other ones are flooded. So that was the main discussion.
Is that why you're out there so long?
Yeah, because we were trying to go that way and we had to come this way.
Is it a feeling of an opportunity, Warren, given you were 4 goals up, or was it a good effort to get back, given you got down late in the game?
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good effort in the end there to hang on. The ball was floating around their goal square with not long to go, and Howard didn't go through for a point. Well, I think that's to Ben Johnson's credit, but lucky to get away with a draw.
You say hang on. You feel like they had all the momentum there at the end?
We were up, they were up, so whichever way you look at it.
With the late change, when did the players know that Presty was not going to get up?
I got informed when I got to the ground today.
What was it like in those last couple of minutes? Was it just a blur?
It's you're just trying to get your hands on the footy and get it going forward, and when it's a draw, you obviously know that a point will even do it, just get it up the other end, but neither team was able to do that.
Did Mick say much after the match? Have you had a sit down with Mick so far?
Said nothing so far, no.
Just obviously going into next week, preparation, the thoughts going in now?
Just the same as this week, yeah. I don't know if they do another parade and spend some cash like that, the AFL, or they make enough money from tickets. But, look, we'll, as I say, we'll go back to the Lexus Centre, or Westpac Centre now, I should say, get our recovery right and review like a normal week again.
Any sort of way, is it going to help some of the guys who hadn't been there before, 100,000 people, to have that experience today and then have another crack next week?
Yeah, definitely. I think that was something that it was definitely mentioned a lot in the media that we had a lot of our team that hadn't played in the grand final, and having had 16 or so guys playing their first grand final was going to be an awesome experience, and we're used to the whole lead up and everything like that, so we'll definitely take that as a positive.
There's always a lot of what ifs when it's a draw, but it's a game that you really can't pinpoint one moment. Everyone sort of really lifted when it mattered at the finish there, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I suppose it goes to show the strength of St Kilda that they can come back like that, and I think the fact that we're missing goals came back to bite us on the butt again. But we'll take the positives that when we weren't playing that great of footy, they still weren't able to run over the top of us.
So is the feeling now that you let it slip, or that you're proud that you fought it out to the end?
Yeah, we're very proud we fought it out to the end. If that had been a preliminary final, we would have been absolutely over the moon. It's just going to be the matter of having to go through the process again and get the bodies right and making sure that we're ready to go for next week.
Are you in favour of the next week draw rather than the extra time? There's different people with different views, I suppose.
I suppose it's just the AFL trying to make a couple extra bucks, I suppose. But it'd probably be better if we played a couple extra minutes there. But we're not going to complain. You feel
like you had a bit of momentum in that last. Still a chance to get back in there?
Oh, well, I suppose, I think it was a real arm wrestle right at the end there, and, I think I came on with about 30 seconds to go there, and it was a tussle for the last minute and a half, so, if there had been an extra couple of minutes, it would have been awesome.
No, we drew the game. We missed a lot of opportunities, but the good thing is next week we know we can take those opportunities, and we can certainly improve on from last week, or for this week. So.
Given it was a grand final, obviously, and both teams have just thrown everything at 4 quarters. Do you think that will make it a different test next week, a different kind of contest?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I've never been in this situation before, so I can't really speak from experience. But it's all about recovery, and because we have thrown everything into it, we just have to recover as best possible so we can prepare the best to take them on next week.
And physically yourself, how do you feel if you walk away?
No problems at all. Just we've got a lot of faith in our conditioning team, so our bodies are in their hands at the moment.